Okay, this is 101, week 13, part 3. Um, okay, so he's now gonna go into some examples of the kinds of products that did not make it. So let's take a look at what he's got here. Um, he says, or to put it less grandly, it's almost certainly the only place on the planet where you'll find Clairol's A Touch of Yogurt shampoo. They put yogurt in shampoo? Apparently they did. It's the only place on the planet where you'll find Clairol's A Touch of Yogurt shampoo, alongside Gillette's equally unpopular For Oily Hair Only, a few feet away from a now empty bottle of Pepsi AM Breakfast Cola. Born 1890, 18. Sorry, I'm used to old things. Born 1989, died 1990. The museum is home to discontinued brands of caffeinated beer, to TV dinners branded with the logo of the toothpaste manufacturer Colgate, to self-heating soup cans that had a regrettable tendency to explode in customers' faces, and to packets of breath mints that had to be withdrawn from sale because they looked like tiny packages of crack cocaine dispensed by America's street drug dealers. It is where microwavable scrambled eggs, pre-scrambled and sold in cardboard tube with a pop-up mechanism for easier consumption in the car, go to die. So again, this is really easy reading. He's just listing shit. We can handle this. This is not tough philosophy. We don't have to stop here and have a big complicated conversation. He's listing off products that didn't make it. Somebody thought it would be a good idea to put yogurt in shampoo, and people didn't buy it, and it was a failure. And now there's one of these failures in the museum, right? Somebody thought, what if they made a soda to go with your breakfast? And that turned out people didn't want to buy that, and now it's in the museum of failure, right? So it's literally just a list of weirdo products. Yeah, breath mints that just looked wrong. They look like drugs. And there's a million. I mean, there's a million products that people made. There was when I was a kid, there was a health product designed to make you feel better. It would aid you in your distress, and they called it AIDS. And that was bad. That was a bad choice of words, because about a year after they marketed the product, this disease called AIDS appeared, and they had to get rid of the product because it had it was named wrong. Like, you don't want to name your health product after like a major disease. But they didn't know that was going to be the next major disease. So, okay, this is pretty easy reading so far. I have nothing to say about this. That was a list of bad products. Let's keep going. Okay, let's see what's next. There is a Japanese term, mono no aware. I have no idea if that's how you say that. I'm sure I screwed that up. That translates roughly as the pathos of things. Pathos is like sadness. Oh, you know what? You might want to take some notes on this. I don't know if you're printing these things out, but you might want to take some notes on this, just in case paper 4, the departmental final, ends up timed. It's a good idea to, if there's words you don't know on here, print it out, and then you can circle the word pathos, and you can write sadness off to the side, right? You can circle the term marketing and write advertising off to the side, because when you are given your paper 4, you're going to have this out next to you, right? You're going to use this because you're going to need to have it because you got to quote it. So you may want to write on this and put some notes on here. I should have told you to do that with the Play-Doh probably, but I didn't, because you can write those essays at your own pace, and paper 4 may be a little bit different. So just to prep, it may be a good idea to underline some things and take some notes. Okay, let's see what we got here. There's a Japanese term, mono no aware, that translates roughly as the pathos of things, right? The sadness of objects. It captures a kind of bittersweet melancholy. Bittersweet is like you like it and you don't like it. Melancholy is sadness. A kind of bittersweet melancholy at life's impermanence, right? Meaning that's a tough phrase. The bittersweet melancholy at life's impermanence. Like you realize, like, you're going to die someday, and you feel sad about that. It's sad, but it's also kind of sweet because things have to end. Like, things should have an ending probably. You want to live forever and ever? It seems like maybe that would be a bad idea. So it's the bittersweet melancholy, a kind of sweet sadness at the fact that things in life don't last. They don't last forever. We're only here for a short amount of time. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. There's a Japanese term, there's a Japanese term, mono no aware, that translates roughly as the pathos of things. It captures a kind of bittersweet melancholy at life's impermanence. That additional beauty imparted to cherry blossoms, say, or human features as a result of their inevitably fleeting time on Earth. Right, so you see somebody beautiful, and the fact that you know they're not going to be beautiful forever makes this moment special. Right, you see a beautiful plant, and you realize that's why people love flowers, because they're beautiful, but they don't last a very long time. So you have to kind of appreciate them while they're here, because they're going to go away real quick. And that's that kind of, the fact that they're going to die makes you appreciate their beauty now, but you're also sad that they're going to die, which is how you get that bittersweet feeling. Okay, this is pretty easy. You can handle this. It gets easier. It's really simple. All right, let's see what else he's got. It's only stretching the concept slightly to suggest that this is how the museum's proprietor, it's the person who runs the museum, an, an understatedly stylish GFK employee named Carol Sherry feels about the cartons of morning banana juice in her care, or about Fortune Snookies, a short-lived line of fortune cookies for dogs. Sounds like an incredibly dumb idea. Apparently they tried to make fortune cookies for dogs, and surprise, surprise, that didn't work at all. All right, let me get to the next page here. I mean, you can just wait. You can just chill out for a second while I turn the page. Stop being impatient. All right. Let's see what else. I'll put this page away. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I have to read the bottom of this page before I can get to the top of that one. All right, here we go. Every failure, the way she sees it, embodies its own sad story on the part of designers, marketers, and salespeople. It is never far from her mind that real people had their mortgages, their car payments, and their family holidays riding on the success of products such as a touch of yogurt. Right? So she says, right, that it's sad. Like this, it's sad that these products didn't make it. Like every one of these products that didn't make it has its own sad story, because the fact that they exist at all means somebody thought it was a good idea. And if they got it built, that means they got other people to think it was a good idea. And then it turned out all these people were wrong, and these were all terrible ideas, and you shouldn't put yogurt in shampoo or whatever. And there were lots of people, because there's designers, right? The people that make the packages and design the products themselves, and marketers, or people with the posters and the commercials, and salespeople who have to try to get people to buy these things, and it failed for all of them. So the woman says, I feel really sorry for the developer on this one, Sherry says, indicating the breath mints that inadvertently, meaning accidentally, resembled crack, the drug. I mean, I've met the guy. Why would he ever have spent any time on the streets in the drug culture? She shakes her head. These are real people who sincerely want to do their best. And then, well, things happen. Okay, so she's, life doesn't always work out well. All right, next paragraph. This is so easy. The Museum of Failed Products was itself a kind of accident, albeit a happier one. Its creator, a now retired marketing man named Robert McMath, merely intended to accumulate a reference library of consumer products, not failures per se. I mean, he wasn't trying to get the failures, he just wanted to get a lot of products. And so, starting in the 1960s, he began purchasing and preserving a sample of every new item he could find. Soon, the collection outgrew his office in upstate New York, and he was forced to move into a converted granary to accommodate it. Later, GFK bought him out, and moving the whole lot to Michigan. What McMath hadn't taken into account was the three-word truth that was to prove the making of his career. Most products fail. According to some estimates, the failure rate is as high as 90%. Simply by collecting new products indiscriminately, I mean, he was just grabbing any new product he could, McMath had ensured that his hoard, his collection, would consist overwhelmingly of unsuccessful ones. That's a shocking statistic. 90% of the ideas people have for what you could buy in a supermarket, 90% fail. 90%. That's crazy. That's 9 out of every 10 ideas. And these are ideas that make it all the way to the shelf. There must be a bunch of ideas that people are just like, that's stupid, we're not making that. These are things that people did actually make and put on the shelves, and then nobody bought them. And these are all detailed examples, because what Berkman wants to write about is failure as a subject, and we'll continue with him in the next video.